500 Kenya shillings and enjoy a flexible payment plan. Title deeds are ready. Site visits every Wednesday and Saturday.
Good afternoon. I am happy to see all of you. Of course, I can't see you from this other side, but you can be able to see me. I'm very happy to be here today. We thank God that we are live. Welcome to my live session. We are live in Facebook, we are live in Instagram, we are live in YouTube. Find us there. I would like to cover quite a controversial topic. I've been asked to cover this a while by friends of mine, by people who have been following us to hear our views. What we are sharing today is our researched content, things that we think are going to work for you. Reuben Kimani, CEO in Username Investment, welcome to this channel. Today we are talking about how social media can cost you a dream job and how you can fix it. We are coming from 3 days ago, I think, a popular comedian lost their jobs. I think this is very public, name withheld. We really sympathize with them, and I hope they'll be able to pick up their pieces. There's so much to learn from this unintended consequence, putting our lives in social media. But remember, technology has come to make our lives easier. It's a force for good or a force for evil. The choice is yours. I would also like to share a story about the way we have been doing our recruitment. For those who have been looking for jobs all over, specifically in Username Investment Limited, I think I'd like to give you a secret. One of the things we do, our process is so tough for those who have come for our interviews. We'll do several checks, several interviews in the process. The most important for us is background checks. Just like the way we do due diligence for title deeds for our customers, we learned the official ways and other ways, innovative ways of finding out the truth. One of the things we have decided to do at some point out of experience is to be checking social media for the candidates, people we are working with. We do understand that when you hire someone, or when you are looking for a job somewhere, it's like a marriage of sorts. You'll be with this someone for 8 hours out of the 24 hours you have per day. Almost half of your life is spent with this someone. So you need, just like marriages and relationship, you need to have members of staff and colleagues you can be able to trust. So we learned early enough that we have to do background checks in social media. On the last, one of the last interviews we did, this candidate. We usually have like 3 interviews. The last one is oral, and the last thing we do is background checks. We actually have selected a candidate who was the best in all these interviews. And when we were not able to decide, we decided to dig further in social media, which we do, of course, on a daily basis, as a process issue. We decided to dig further, more than we had done, and we have found out a set of information. So when we met this person, this was the 4th interview out of need. We sat somewhere and we spoke. One of the things we found out about this candidate, one of the candidates, we were left with 2. They were not able to tell us the truth. We actually asked them a direct question of something we found in their social media pages. They were operating another business. Maybe they are watching me today and they know why they were not able to be picked. Remember, they were the best candidate in all the interviews. But the last day, you asked them a direct question, they lied. Only to turn, I remember my colleague had a laptop. They just turned the laptop on the other side. And the guy was just shocked. He could not speak. I remember him saying, "Hey, you guys checked my social media feeds." And he was very shocked. Let me give you the numbers. We have 21.75 million internet users in Kenya. And we spend so much time. An average person will check their phones maybe almost 100 times in a day. I don't have the actual figure. An average person will spend so many hours in social media per day, checking the feeds. There are those who scroll without even doing anything. This causes stress and anxiety. There are those who update. There are those who do so many updates per day. There are those who put so many photos. You don't need to speak to them. You know what they are doing, what they were wearing yesterday, and stuff like that. Another survey that was done by careerbuilders.com by a poll called Harris Poll. 70% of employers use social media to screen candidates. 70%. And I think in the next coming years, almost 100%, this will become a way of life. Social media is the best way to be able to tell the kind of person you are dealing with. Let me tell you, surprisingly, half of the employers, they will not hire a candidate who have something off in social media. Of course, we also get reports. There are companies that are already specializing in this kind of stuff. They do background check. They check your criminal records, where you pay loans and stuff like that. They also help you to check social media, and they'll be able to give you a report. And over time, we have one of the jobs we are offering. There's a candidate who is a gentleman. He was very good until we get a report that wherever he came from, he just lost a job because of fraud. These background checks are not a joke. So you may do something bad today, but remember, it will follow you. Integrity is quite important. Just know that the world is a global village. Technology has made things so fast and so easy, sometimes for good, and sometimes it might make your life miserable. In the United States of America, one of the, of course, the most advanced economies, people look for jobs. If you have something that has been recorded against you, like if you have a criminal record, for example, or you broke some road rules somewhere, these are offenses. The employers will not give you a job, and this is a national database. You'll walk from one employer after another, and that's where you are moving in Kenya. Without having to give, I have so many stories about lives that have been ruined by social media. You may know the one in public are well-known comedians. We follow them all the time. Actually, you get so many likes and views in the blogs. If a story comes up, everyone wants to know what is happening. You get me? I know you understand what I'm talking about. The gossip and the blogs and many other topics, they usually get a lot of viewership. So many lives have been ruined by social media. But there's a way you can manage social media so that your life is not ruined. But today I'm not talking about the whole of life, 360 of life. I'm not talking about how your spiritual life, social life can be ruined. Today I want to focus on your career life, how you can lose your dream job, how social media can cost you, and how I believe you can be able to fix it. As we talk about this topic, I would like to get your views. I would like to get your ideas. You can also advise us on things that we may not know. You also you might also have some very good ideas on how we can fix this problem. How can somebody manage their social media affairs such that they don't ruin their lives, their marriage, they don't ruin their jobs, they don't ruin their credibility, they don't lose contract because of this. I'll give you specific examples of things you should not, or specific ideas of things you should not do in social media, so that you don't ruin your chances of going up. Everyone sees what you are posting. Number one, don't post provocative or inappropriate or indecent photos or videos that make your reputation questionable. I may post something in writing, but I get a lot of engagements, impressions, likes and comments when I post a photo. We are human beings. The first thing we see is a photo or a video. That's why Instagram, TikTok are very popular, because it's easier to see than to read. So every time you post indecent photos, they go far and wide. And that one can give you a reputational problem. And remember, I'm not saying we don't engage in social media. I'm very active there. But there's a way you engage not to limit your future growth, maybe your future relationship, your future marriage, your future job, a future business opportunity. There's a way to engage. And people, this world is so, might be so cruel. And people don't know this. People make decisions without telling you. I can make a decision about not give somebody a job away from their social media. They'll never know. I don't have a chance to tell 100 people I was not able to give them a job. The government or people out there will not tell you I did not give you a contract and stuff like that. So you lose opportunities, but you'll never know what is eating you. Don't post provocative or indecent photos. When I say indecent, you already know what I'm talking about. These have to be with the way you wear, something that shows a lot of skin and stuff like that. I think you'll have wisdom. You know what is acceptable in the society and what is not. You may argue, are you telling me you don't want me to live my life? Of course not. That's not what I'm saying. You need to have a modicum of balance to know what is acceptable in the society and what is not. Don't post what is not. Number 2, don't post racist, tribal, or prejudice in social media. These are usually social media rants against other people that you don't personally like. This is so tricky. We are in a very we are in a political environment. 2022 is here with us. We have all these divide in our politics. We have Tangatanga, Kieleweke, Team Kenya, all those kinds of team. And I know you have a right to be able to express yourself, especially in social media. There's a way you express yourself without having to attack people. One day I was following a page about a popular news anchor, quite popular. And one of the things I found out, you actually laugh. Maybe if you check the first, how many comments? The first 20 to 50 comments, the kind of matusi that you'll find there. So much. Sometimes you laugh, but I would not write that myself. They just reflect. It actually says more about the person commenting more than the person who is being commented on, more than the news anchor. You laugh at this comment because Kenyans are very comical. Kwa matusi. You'll find that sometimes when I'm bored, I go to those pages. You just look, you read. Some of these comments even have so many likes, but some of them are laden with a lot of hatred. There are those who comment to make fun, but there are those who don't know the lines. They comment and you can be able to see hatred in those comments. And this reflects negatively on you. Remember, the algorithm of Facebook, Google, Instagram keep changing every day. It's so easy to see what somebody commented on another person. Sometimes I get these updates. You're able to see this and this person commented on this page, and you get the comment. You can be shocked. Sometimes social media is able even to reveal things we don't know about people. You'll find a comment about a person you really respect, a person you think they have a big reputation, a person who has a higher standing even in the Christian fraternity. Then you wonder, is this the person I know? But for them, maybe they don't think this is clearly visible. Or keyboard warriors, they are called keyboard warriors. They are punching and writing all manner of things, thinking that people do not see. You get a lot of coverage behind the screen. Please don't post these kinds of comments. A lot of wisdom will be required. I may not be able to tell you exactly what post and what not post. But as you post, this is one of my guiding factors. What is your attitude towards the person you are? Is it hatred? If it's hatred, or you are frustrated with your life, and we understand life is difficult, don't throw your frustration on these people. It just reflects on you, not the other person. And the next contract, the next job, the next maybe a future, the relationship you are looking for will be messed by that comment. People see, but they'll never tell you about it. Number 3, social media is also popular with advocacy. People will talk about politics, things they believe in, things about women, things about men. You may be advancing chauvinistic kind of behaviors. You also may be advancing illegal items such as drugs, firearms, and other criminal activities. terrorist activities. One of the things we do, reports we get once we do background checks, is whether you are affiliated with criminal organization, Kamjesh, Al-Shabaab, Al-Qaeda, and many others. If you get such a report, of course, you don't get the job. And of course, even when you are visiting countries, you also be asked those questions. If you realize you are affiliated to these criminal gangs, you may not be able to visit those countries. I also remember the last time I applied for a US visa. I'm lucky I got it. I know people, there are people who don't get it. And sorry for those who haven't. They usually ask you for a link to your social media pages. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and such stuff. I think those three. And I believe they go and check. Imagine all the things you have posted over the years. There are people who post about illegal activities. You advance things to do with criminal activities. You advance the messaging towards criminal activities, illegal arms, and many things. Please be careful, because what matters in our life is advancing your agenda. Are you working for yourself or against yourself? You may be very happy when you get many likes, but you may lose opportunities in the future. Who loses? It is you. And some people may say, oh, no, I can't stay afraid in social media. That is not the point here. There's a way you can communicate your agenda without looking malicious or advancing ideas or agendas that will harm your opportunities in future. Number 4, and this is very tricky for people who are looking into careers. We have this big social media, and ask us every day, you are being asked, what are you thinking? What is in your mind? Especially what is on your mind? This is Facebook. And of course, we have this way of, we have this channel where we are able to communicate our feelings, what is in our minds every day, and our frustrations. Remember, we spend most of our time at work. It's so easy to get frustrated with your employer to a point where you put it in social media. Number 1, please don't. I would advise you, if you are frustrated with your employer, don't put it in social media. Unless it's a life-threatening kind of an experience. We have people who, a lot of harassment, or some people are threatening your life. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the normal things. My employer is this, my employer is that. Remember, that's a record you are putting. And you may even forget to delete it, and may be caught by another upcoming employer, or someone who may give you a contract or something of the sort. Don't do it. I think that's the basic rule for me. Don't put it in social media. Other employers will be able to see it, and they'll think that is exactly how you are going to spread malice or spread negative energy once you join them. That's the same thing you'll do if you leave them. This is a matter of integrity. Number 5, and this is also happening a lot. I usually see this in many people's timelines. Don't be tagged. And we have setting in social media pages, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, their privacy setting. Don't allow to be tagged in your social media page. And this, I'm talking about inappropriate content. The people who post funny things. I also have those kinds of friends. They might be your friend from high school, from primary school, drinking buddies and stuff. There are people who don't have boundaries. And that's the way they are. And these are your friends, and you don't want to throw them under the bus. But these people will tag you in indecent photos. You have to draw the line. Because the next time, there are people who may see that and think you are the person who posted it. And if it was posted in your timeline and you did not delete it, you actually somehow accepted it or something of the sort. You actually liked it or something of the sort. Basically, it's like you agreed to what they did. What I'm trying to say, put your setting in order such that you have to approve anything that goes to your timeline. It will be used against you later in life. You might be very good with your skill, but social media may be the place where you lose it all. It might be the smoking gun, where you lose so many opportunities in future. And the last one in this line, maybe number 6, don't spread fake news. It used to happen a lot in the US to a point where social media companies were setting were doing some changes to their pages. Don't spread fake news. For example, one of the things that really challenges me as a person is speculating death or communicating death of people. You'll find people are so fast to say and so died. Sometimes one of the politicians' name withheld. They actually mourned a very senior person who was still alive. These news we actually laughed when we met with a friend of mine. They mourned so and so a person. Of course, this person is old, they have been senior, but their friend who is also senior in government, they mourn the other person. How embarrassing can that get? But for you, maybe you are not a very senior in government or in the society, but people still know you. If I find your page, if I'm doing some due diligence, it's all about death, and people will comment about some things like you speculate death of a person, people will say, no, they are not dead. No, of course, we'll also know the truth. Don't be the first person to communicate about death of people. And I think this is a topic that is quite tricky, especially in our African society. It's like you are wishing death to someone. I think that's how it's speculated. Confirm any news you post before you post them. Also, be very careful, especially during our this political period. The temperature can only get hotter. Don't beat drums of war. I've seen friends of mine. I've even seen, and sometimes I try, if you are a friend of mine, I'll tell you. People doing very dangerous comments, very dangerous posts that can cause war. If you are talking so badly about another community, you see, this is a community, this is not a person. It also shows, shows something about you. Somebody can be able to know about you based on what you post, about the other communities, about some people. You have a lot of prejudice. I think it's bad and you are wrong. I wish one of your friends can tell you. But people will like, people will comment, and you'll be very excited. Of course, you can't eat likes, you can't eat comments. But if you lose a job, that affects your life. So be very careful about what you post in social media. So I've talked about some of the things you should not do, some of the precautions you can take, things not to post in your social media. This is based on research. These are research content. And you can add yours. Please tell us, what other things should you not post in social media? I think you can comment down there. Let people engage. Let people learn from you. And I think we can help each other. This channel, this live channel, videos we are doing, we are about transforming lives. We want to walk with you in this journey. We are about real estate. We are about investment. And my phone is ringing. We are also about advancing the agendas of people. We want people to live with dignity. Things we can share with you based on our experience, we'll do it with all our heart. So the question is, how do we fix this? And I will go very fast. We have social media pages, and you need to go back. If you really want to advance in life, if you are looking forward to a good career, if you are looking forward to another contract, maybe a relationship, and start stuff, know that people will always check your social media. Just know that they'll never tell you. Employers will check. I talked about 70%, and they'll make decisions based on that. Do you know social media gives you a much better image than even the CVs? Because when you come for an interview, you'll tell me all manner of things. Use big names. Say that you can work under a lot of pressure. Yet that is not true, and we understand we are human beings. You are doing marketing. But if I go to social media, you see, this is something you posted 2 years ago. I can be able to tell what a kind of a person you can deal with. Number one, how to fix it. Have a professional profile related to your industry. If I go to your social media, if I find posts, assuming I'm looking for a surveyor, I find posts educating people about survey. And of course, with this social media, we also want fun and entertainment. Of course, it will be mixed with fun, entertainment, memes. That's okay. It is also be mixed about social topics. And you comment with decorum. You don't abuse people, but you still talk about survey. That is so professional. And we have LinkedIn, where we also check this kind of profile. Depending on the profile, I'm not saying you become so serious. No, entertain yourself the much that you can, but ensure there's a professional angle to it. If you go to my profile today, I talk about life, about real estate, about motivation, inspiration. I share stories because that's the kind of brand, that's the way I would also like my children to know me. Remember, even your children with social media, many years to come, what kind of a mother, what kind of a father, what kind of a brother, what kind of a person would you like people to think you are, especially your children? And I think this is an important matter to think about. Post and look into your profile. And I would suggest go back to your profile today and ask yourself, if somebody was to read it, will they give you a job? Will they give you a contract? Will they engage you in a relationship? And you need to make amends, because life gives us an opportunity to change, and one of these opportunities is to know the truth which we are sharing today and look back and do something about it. You can look into your profile and make changes as you deem fit based on your future aspiration. If you don't get a job, utasema hakuna kazi, but maybe it is your social media profile. Number 2, be ethical. Try to verify any news before sharing. I think we talked about that. Don't post about somebody's death without verifying. Take some time, breathe. If it is about fake news about other subject, please verify. Sometimes I feel something that doesn't look right or true, I should check it further before I post it. You can look into your settings and somebody can be able to help you with that. You can disable tagging so that you only approve what you need people to see. Number 4, avoid using vulgar language. I think we talked about that, or painting your past employer in bad light. If you are coming to username, you will find it. And to be honest with you, we will not give you a job. Number 5. If you have a genuine concern concerning a person or an organization, issue with a specific business entities, please try to raise it directly. I've seen people, and this is okay, some organizations have very poor customer service. If you go to so many pages, once in a while we usually get these comments from our customers, once in a while. But there are pages where it is very consistent. I will not mention these companies, but you find people who use very bad language. I understand sometimes you are emotional when you get very poor customer service, you pretend, you do all manner of things. The problem is, somebody who is not supposed to see that comment and is in charge of giving you an opportunity will see it. So if you have please, I would actually suggest, before you write anything bad about a company or an individual, and if you have to write something bad, do it in a very professional language. Don't abuse people. Maybe they might have a problem and they are not telling you. So raise it directly. Companies have business numbers. You can call their customer care number. You can visit their office if need be. But unless it's those life-threatening cases or widespread fraud cases, but still use good language. Don't abuse people. People have feelings. They might be dealing with things you don't know about. Number 6 or 7. We all go to parties and some people drink. Please don't post if you are not sober or while you are drinking. If you are in a party and you post something, your judgment may be impaired. You can wait, especially when we go to parties, we post what we are drinking, what we are eating, and stuff, how we are dancing, the kind of shoes we are wearing, the kind of whatever, and stuff. And this content is very endearing to our friends and stuff. You look like you are living a good life, right? It is okay, but post it when you are sober. Maybe you can wait until after the event is over. When you are not drunk, your judgment can be impaired and you may end up posting things that show you in bad light. Not to say you should not entertain yourself, you should not post something in social media, but you must make a judgment. Can this thing be used against me? If it can be used against me, please don't post it, unless you want it to be used against you. If you want to be an activist, people will say, no, I will post it, my rights, my dress, my what. Let me tell you, okay, you can go forward. But what HR departments will not tell you, they'll make a decision against you. They'll not tell you. That is what I'm trying to tell you today. They'll just make it their own decision, and competition is there for most things, jobs and stuff like that. And the last thing I want to say, regularly update your privacy settings. You can help someone, because sometimes you can be a victim of circumstances. Someone can tag you. There are some of us who don't go to social media. You want your productivity to increase. Someone can post in the morning and maybe you check your social media within 2 days. The best thing is to approve everyone post. Go to your privacy settings. I may not give the procedure today, but someone can be able to help you, because your life depends on it. The social media aspect of our lives cannot be ignored. Period. We have to agree with that. Even investigative agents, I believe, sometimes they use social media, they trace your calls and many other things to be able to know things. I think in the coming 20 to 30 years, I think maybe 90% of the due diligence will be online, or even 100%. I don't need to meet you, I just need to Google you. I see all the photos you have been tagged, all the comments you have made, all the photos you have posted, and everything you have ever done in your online life. If you don't want something to be seen, check your privacy settings. I'm not saying we need to be perfect in social media. No. What I'm saying, we need to have a modicum of balance. We need to have wisdom to know what to post, what should be seen, what should not be seen. And we also should not be guided by hatred. Social media is for entertainment. Social media is for learning. And let me tell you, the people who use social media to learn. I think one of perfect examples is Yego, who learned how to do, what is this being called? They learned how to do javelin. My producer is telling me, via YouTube. And there are so many other cases. People have learned cooking via YouTube. Anything I want to learn something that I can't find in class, I go to YouTube. We find it there. Social media can be a force for good. Use it for entertainment. I go there, I watch videos about comedians, you laugh. Use it for knowledge acquisition. You find courses there. There are people who talk about attitude. There are people who are talking, like today I'm talking about this topic. You'll get educated. Spend more hours on beneficial uses of social media, not on just on junk, what I call junk. You're only spending your bundles on gossip, information that can't help you. Spend it also on educational and learning opportunities. And remember, social media can break your life. Not just your career life, as I explained, also your marriage. It can also break your relationships. It can also break your reputation. You can lose a contract. People have posted tweets and they lose their jobs. Even in the US, there's somebody who posted about a racist post. That guy lost his job. And people, it's that serious. The next update you make can actually make you lose your job. But remember, if you are guided by a good attitude, you are not hitting on anyone. You just want to entertain yourself, make fun, learn. No one is going to hurt you there. No one is going to use anything against you. You just advance your agenda. We market a lot in Facebook, in social media, in Instagram. As a company, we post every day. I post a lot personally. This is supposed to advance. And to be able to tell you, there are also people, if you look at our selling, our sales, we have made so many sales via social media. Do you know you can also sell your product there? You can learn how to sell your product from day one from social media. Without capital, without a shop. Just post a shoe and maybe you don't have money to buy it. Somebody likes it from a Doret, they buy it. Some people are willing to buy off plan, they send you the money. Then you go buy the exact shoe and deliver to them and make a profit. There are people who establish their business like that. Basically, there are hacks that you can use in social media, and this is a topic for another day. Basically, I hope there are things you have run based on our research content. Please tell us other ideas. What should you not post in social media? How should you behave or carry your life in social media such that you don't it doesn't cost you your job, your marriage, your relationship? How should you behave there? Please comment there. We also want to learn from you. I will be reading those comments also. maybe not in this session, to also learn what other things can we be able to do to ensure we don't stop, we don't cut, we don't compromise the opportunities that God has given to us. So social media can be a force of good or a force of evil. The choice is yours. As I finish, I think I will also give you another story. There's also another influencer, and I think this is also public. This person, name withheld, they got a job with a government agency, and after what they have had posted, I think some few years ago, about that particular government agency, they lost the job. A post, a tweet, which you do in 3 to 5 minutes, they lost the job. I think I have too many examples of people who have lost jobs, opportunities. It can happen to you. You don't want to be the next example that you will be giving. So take care. And of course, regarding one of the past cases in the few days, I think there are things that should be handled off social media. Don't fight your employer in the social media. Don't fight a business that is offering you services in social media. You may say something bad in a moment of anger. Handle it via call, visit their offices. There are so many things to say. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this discussion can be able to help someone. You might be one of those people who have either been ignorant, you did not know. Ignorance is not about attitude, is about not knowing. Now you do know. You're one of those people who are activists, just know choices have consequences. Post, but it will be used against you. The choice is yours. But today you know. Go back to your social media and make amends. This is something else I've remembered, because I have to share this before I leave. When you are looking for job opportunities, be as professional as it gets. There are those who write me messages, whether it's inbox in Facebook, in Instagram, phone. You write a message and somebody is looking for a serious job in some English, and you can't understand this. I'm very gracious and really try to look at the content, but some people will not. If you write, be as professional. Grammatical errors, people write, especially in WhatsApp. You are writing to your boss, you are writing to somebody who can give you an opportunity. Write it in proper English, especially the young people. Write it in proper English. Go back to your social media, especially the official email and LinkedIn. Capitalize your name. I've seen people, especially you are called Reuben Kimani. R is in small letters, Kimani is in small letters. When I receive those CVs and I see them, clearly you can tell this person has a challenge, and maybe they never thought about it. Sometimes personally I look at content, but most employer might actually look at that and you lose the job. Be as professional as you get. Employ a modicum of balance between entertainment, educating yourself, being able to challenge people in social media. Do it with respect. Your attitude shows up. What is inside your heart, what is inside your mind, what is inside your system shows up in your comments. You may be hating, we will know. So take a lot of care, and I hope this content is good for you. Please subscribe to our channel in Facebook, like our page in channel in YouTube, like our Facebook, follow us in Instagram, comment and share with your friends. Comment there. Before I end, thank you so much for this. We hope to be able to give you more content as such. We are more about transforming lives, real estate, investment. We want to walk this journey with you, share with you, learn from you. Have a good afternoon. Have a good week. Take care of yourself.